Hi guys, this video is going to be slightly different. I mentioned in one of my videos, I think it was my introduction video, about how I'm autistic and how I do certain things and how I'm different to other people. A lot of people actually, they don't know what autism is, and they don't know why I do things the way that I do and why I say things and I don't know what they mean, etc, etc. This isn't purely about my experience of autism. I'm reading this off a website. It's called NHS. I don't know if that's a worldwide website, I don't think it is. So I'm reading it off that. But if I disagree with something, it's my opinion, okay? I'm not disagreeing. If I say I don't do that, I'm not saying autistic girls in general don't do that. I'm saying I personally do not do that. So the introduction says, Autism Spectrum Disorder, in brackets ASD, is a condition that affects social interaction, communication, interests and behaviour. It includes Asperger's syndrome and childhood autism. I personally have been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, which is a very mild form of the disorder. The signs of ASD typically start to develop in childhood. I will agree with that. My little brother, who was in my sibling tag video, he's also autistic. He was diagnosed, I think, when he was 3 or 4. I was diagnosed when I was just after I turned 13. So, yeah. It's estimated 1 in every 100 people in the UK has Asperger's syndrome or autism. Most boys are diagnosed with it than girls. I watched a video very recently, and I don't know how old the video was though. For every 4 boys that are autistic, 1 girl is. I go to a school and it's got helpers there for me, so there's a lot more boys that need help than girls. There is no cure for ASD, but a range of educational and behavioural support programmes can help people with the condition. I will agree with that. Yeah, it's a complex condition, but I think I've improved dramatically since I was diagnosed and I've started understanding why I do things differently and why I behave the way I do. Signs and symptoms. People with ASD tend to have problems with social interaction and communication. That's very true. I know a lot of kids and they're really bright, but they can't talk or they don't talk. It's heartbreaking really. I'm not going to name names, but like, I've got a lot to say. If you know me personally, you'll know that I've got very strong opinions on things, but I don't know how to explain it, but like, because of my opinions, I find it hard to kind of hold on to friends. Me personally, I lie a lot, and I'm going to come out and be honest, hand on heart, touch wood. I do lie a lot. I'm not going to deny that, I do, but I'm trying very hard to overcome this problem, and it's directly linked to my autism. I say things and then I don't know how to stop them, so I'll tell a lie to cover that lie, and then I'll tell another lie to cover the lie that I've told. It's a vicious circle, and if you guys lied, well, I'm hoping that you haven't, but if you have, then you'll know it's a very hard thing to take back. They find it hard to understand other people's emotions and feelings and have difficulty starting conversations or taking part in them properly. Language development may be delayed. That's quite true. There are a lot of people I know that they know they want to be social, and I'm quite a social person. I do have a lot of friends, but I don't know how to be friends with them, if that makes sense. Like, I can't walk up to them and be like, oh hi, how are you doing? I just can't do it. I'm too shy. I just don't know how to do it. People with ASD are often only interested in certain things, have repetitive behaviours and like to stick to a set routine. They tend to get upset if these routines are disrupted. That's very true. If you guys know me, my obsessions are Harry Potter, as you can probably tell from the t-shirt that I'm wearing. I love Harry Potter, and I also really love Mean Girls and Pretty Little Liars. That's me. That's not what every autistic person is interested in. That's what I personally am interested in. Okay? Where was I? Children and young people with ASD frequently experience a range of cognitive, thinking, learning, emotional and behavioural issues. For example, they may also have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, anxiety or depression. I also have anxiety issues. I can't really be in large crowds. I dislike loud noises. I can't do it. They stress me out incredibly. I also overthink. So for example, if you're meeting your friends to go to the cinema, you think, oh right, I know what bus I need to get there, I know how to get there, and I know how to get back. I don't do that. I go, right, I know the bus number to walk to the cinema. I can get my dad to drive me to the cinema. What do I wear at the cinema? How do I know where I'm going after the cinema? You guys probably don't understand autism if you don't have it. It's a very hard thing to understand, and I'm not trying to be nasty about it, but there are a lot of people out there that don't know what it is, so that's why I'm doing this. Just quickly interrupting, sorry. Yeah. However, about half of those with ASD have some degree of learning difficulty. However, many people are able to be independent and with appropriate support. I consider myself fairly independent. I don't like being told no and I can't do this. My motto is, I might have to do it a completely different way, but I'm still able to do it. Like, if you might run a race, you might run straight in a line, I might go all the way around the outside, but I'm still able to run that race, if you know what I'm getting at. Autism, it's hard. It's a hard thing. It's a daily battle. You don't know how each day is going to pan out when you've got autism. You don't know, like, just walking to the shop could create a massive issue for you. Another thing with autism, we don't tend to look at eyes. I'll tend to look at your nose, your mouth, if you've got earrings in, if you've got a piercing maybe. I'll look at, if you've got glasses, I'll look at the bridge of your glasses. If you've got, like, I've got spots on my face, I'll look at them. If you've got jewellery on, if you've got like an eyebrow ring, or your nose pierced or your lip pierced, I'll look at that. Sometimes I don't look at faces at all. I'll look at necklaces, I'll look at rings on hands, I'll look at the wall behind the person. It's a hard thing to do, and I didn't know I did it until my friend actually pointed it out. She's like, do you actually know that you don't look at my face when you talk to me? And I'm like, oh, I didn't know, sorry. Autism, I don't consider it a bad thing in some respects, but there are parts of it I wish I didn't have. Like, I wish I didn't have my anxiety, because it means that I can't go out with my friend as often as I'd like. It means my parents worry about me all the time. It's like, you worry every time you leave the house. If you worry, say, 50% of the time, I worry 90% of the time. I'm always worried that something bad's going to happen. If I leave the house, I'm worried that something bad's going to happen to me. Just basic things, like I can't go out with my boyfriend as much as I'd like to, or I can't walk in a crowded school corridor. I have to leave a classroom 5 minutes before the bell to get down and get my lunch because I can't be in big crowds. It's a horrible thing, and I have panic attacks. I'm not going to say regularly, but I do have them, and they're a horrible, horrible thing. The first thing that comes into my mind when I'm having a panic attack is, seriously, not again. My throat closes up and I feel like I can't breathe. My friends, they're all amazing, and if you're watching this, I thank you all so much, purely for being there for me, for supporting me, for picking up after me, for phoning me at 11 o'clock at night to make sure I'm okay, for messaging me and making sure that everything's okay when I've had a rough day at school, for standing in a corridor with me when I'm having a panic attack and crying. A lot of my friends have never seen me cry, but they've seen me have my panic attacks, and it's a horrible, horrible thing. Got a bit sidetracked, got into a bit deep all of a sudden there, sorry. The exact cause of ASD is unknown, but it's thought several complex genetic and environmental factors are involved. In the past, some people have believed that the MMR, measles, mumps and rubella vaccine has caused ASD, but this area has been investigated extensively, and a number of major studies around the world involving millions of children, and researchers have found no evidence of a link between MMR and ASD. I don't know how I got autism, but it does run in the family, I think. We've got suspicions that one of my uncles could be autistic. We know that my little brother is, and I am. We don't know if one of my parents could be. We don't know if I've got links through my parents. We don't know if one of my grandfathers or grandmothers could have been autistic. I don't know, but I'm not going to let my autism hold me back. At this point in my life, I think I'd like to study criminal law, or possibly medicine, something along that kind of like forensic science or something maybe. I want to do that, and people are always like, but you're autistic, you shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, okay, I'm autistic. That does not make me any less a person than you are. Thanks for letting me rant through this. This is very different to some of my other videos, and I'm very sorry, but there's been things being said lately that I just wanted to clear up. I have autism. Maybe you watching this right now, you might have autism. Everyone in the world lies somewhere on the autism spectrum. I hope this video's cleared up some rumours for you. Thanks for watching. Bye!